friends, Aaron's Anxiety. I'm your host, Aaron, your personal guide to anxiety. So, let's talk, people. Let's talk about some mistakes that we make when it comes to our anxiety. I'm checking my hair just right for you guys. When it comes to anxiety, we make a lot of mistakes, and the reason is because when we first get into it, there's a lot of things that we don't know, which is the reason for this page specifically. There's a lapse in time where you're trying to figure out what's going on and you don't know, so you end up, as opposing to just not sit and suffer, you're making actions, and they are blind actions that you make so you can kind of get out of where you're at, if that makes sense. And that being said, sometimes we take steps backwards trying to take steps forward. So there's some mistakes that we make, and one of the big ones that we make are not going to the doctor soon enough. Mental health, like anything else, your brain is an organ and it needs to be taken care of. Same as your kidneys or your appendix or anything else in your body. You have to take care of all of your organs, and your brain is an organ that needs to be taken care of. So that being said, if something goes wrong with your kidneys, you don't just sit around and hope and try your own things and drink vinegar and hope that it goes away. No, you need to go to the hospital. Something is going wrong. You could get in really bad shape here. Same thing for your brain. Sometimes we spend all this time trying to fix the problem ourselves that we don't give doctors a chance to even talk to us. So I will say that if you're starting this journey out and you're trying to figure out, obviously you figured out some things because you're here on my channel. So you figured out that it's most likely whatever you're doing is anxiety related. Anxiety finds its hands in all kinds of cookie pots when it comes to your life. Acid indigestion is a thing that's in your stomach. You can be achy and painy because you can't sleep because of anxiety. There are so many things that anxiety touches its dirty little hand on in your life that you don't realize is happening, but it is. So my first suggestion is go see a doctor. Go see a psychiatrist. Go see someone that you trust or you feel that you may be able to trust. Because I'm going to be honest with you, even though this situation, there may not be a lot of people like you around in your inner circles, this is a very common problem. People are having this all the time. So by the time you get to a doctor, they've seen this a bajillion times. Okay, they're seeing, a lot. They see this a lot. Things like even depersonalization. I thought that depersonalization, because I'd never heard of it until my doctor, or until I had the problem. So I thought, how rare is that? I haven't even heard of it before until this. So what's my doctor going to know about it? And so I brought it up to him. He goes, oh yeah, depersonalization. You feel disconnected from yourself and the world around you. It's like there's also derealization. And I was like, yes, I know, man, I know. And so he's like, yeah, well, here's the steps that, we want to take to overcome that. So that's when he started me at the time on Zoloft. And, he's like, basically we got to run down and figure out what drugs are going to work for you and why they're going to work, your dosage. That can be a big problem. Mistakes in dosages. That would be my second one, actually. Dosage. So people are constantly fiddling with the dosage on their medication because they're impatient. So the one thing that I preach in this channel so hard is patience, patience, patience. It's going to take time. It took you a long time to get yourself into this situation, and it's going to take you quite a while to get out of the situation. Not as long typically, but it will take a while. So you have to be patient. You have to, if you break your arm, you don't just assume that it's going to get better overnight. No, we have to go to the doctor, put it in a cast. It has to sit here for weeks and weeks. And then all of a sudden when you get that off, you have to do some physical therapy. And then eventually you have to start doing rotations and movement. So that being said, your brain's the exact same way. It's a part of your body. It's going to take a while to heal because you temporarily broke part of it. Okay, it's not that big of a deal. It will fix itself. It will heal just like the arm. You'll be back to fine. You just have to be patient. And so when taking the medication, people are constantly messing with their dosage, and you need not do that, because every time you adjust that dosage, whether that's up or down, your body needs to re-regulate how it's taking in your brain. If you're constantly messing with that, like, oh, I'm still having anxiety after 2 weeks and I should be feeling better, maybe I'm not taking enough, and you start taking more, you're just back at ground zero now because now you went, say, from, if you're on Zoloft, you went from 15 milligrams to 25 milligrams or 20 milligrams. Now you're throwing the dosage off, and now your body has to start at ground zero to get ready for that new dosage. Does that make sense? So stop messing with your dosage. Best rule is if you're thinking that you need to mess with the dosage, sit on it. Don't do it, okay? If you're thinking, hey, I think I need to adjust my dosage, it doesn't require immediate action for you to say that. This is not aspirin. So if you think that, sit on it for a few days. If a few days goes by and consistently every single day that you feel that I need to maybe up my dosage, then I would call my doctor, the same guy that saw you the first time, or girl, and talk to them. Say, hey, this is what's happening, and I think I might need to adjust my dosage. Don't tell them I want to adjust my dosage. Say, hey, I'm thinking that I want to adjust my dosage based off of this information. What do you think that I should do? This is their job. They have crazy student loans out to tell you these things. And this, like the common cold, is a run-of-the-mill problem for them. So give them a little bit of faith that they'll be able to handle this job for you, okay? And you might get a doctor that you don't like or you don't agree with. That's fine. Not all doctors are great. My doctor always tells me, he goes, you know what they call the doctor that graduates at the bottom of his class? And I go, no. He goes, doctor. He goes, they're still calling him doctor. He could be the very bottom of the barrel, but they're still going to call him doctor. He goes, so not all doctors are great. He goes, however, the majority of them are good, at least good. You know what I mean? And that's fine. That's all we require for this problem. So, any other mistakes? I would say that some other mistakes that people make, like my third one, I would say would be relying too much on medication. You're putting too much emphasis on the medication. Or for some people, it's going to be the opposite. You're relying too much on your ability to overcome this problem. Not saying that you can't, okay? I'm not saying that, oh, you're not going to get it done. I'm just saying it's okay to have a little bit of help, okay, for a short amount of time. It doesn't have to be forever if you don't want it to be. That's the nice thing. You can make this as a la carte as you want it. But if you're relying specifically on this medication supposed to fix it, and that's all you're doing, you're not changing your diet, you're not changing your surroundings, you're not fixing the anxiety that you have, you're not writing down the stresses in your life, well, you're going to be stuck here for a lot longer. This isn't just a one solution. We need constant revision of what's going on in our lives, and how can I better myself here? How can I better myself there? This is how we get to being better. This is how I got to being better. I wasn't going to take it lying down. I wasn't going to just sit there and let this overcome me. I was going to overcome it, okay? I have anxiety, but anxiety doesn't have me. That is an important thing to say. You need to say that to yourself. Say it in the mirror. Look at yourself and say, I have anxiety, but anxiety doesn't have me. That means that I have this temporarily, but this isn't forever. That's exactly what that means. Say that to yourself regularly. because you need to know that. So, all right, friends, take this for what it is. These are only a few mistakes of a lot that can happen. I will make more videos about this. I just want to touch bases. I'm actually getting ready to go into work here. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, I would love to answer them. If you guys have success stories, or just tell me your little successes. I love those. I feed off of that, and I love it. And let me know if these videos are actually helping you. You know what I mean? Or give me an idea of a video that you think could be helpful for you, and then I will do my best to get those done. I have some videos in mind, but if I like what you say better, I might roll with that and I'll rework on another video. Alrighty? Okay, friends, until next time, I'm Aaron. You're awesome. This is Train. And we will see you guys in the next video.